Hello and welcome to Web Manuals Tutorials. In this video, I will be showing you how to manage your compliance libraries and how to add and import your own libraries in Web Manuals. So from the admin interface of Web Manuals, go to the blue menu on the left under Compliance and click on Manage Libraries. Please note that managing libraries can only be done by admins. So from here, you can add more compliance libraries, create your own, remove, and update the compliance libraries in your Web Manuals site. I will go through the different list of items. Here under Name, this is the name of the compliance library. Under Organization, this is the organization publishing the library. Under Revision, this is the month and the year when the latest revision was published. Latest Source is the latest publication that the library has been updated to. Doc and Rev is a percentage of the requirements that have been marked as documented or reviewed. Warnings will indicate the number of outdated compliance connections. And the delta icon indicates either that the currently active library's revision is not the latest one, or that the library has no revisions, or they have not been set as active. You can check which applies to your case by hovering over the warning icon. By clicking on the Overflow menu at the end of each row, you can edit the library's name, organization, description, and owner. And you can also delete the library. However, please note that deleting the library will affect all of the compliance connections made to it. And when you have deleted a library, please note that this action cannot be undone. Clicking on the name of a library allows you to see the previous revision dates of the library and set the latest one active. You can do so by clicking on the Overflow menu for the relevant revision and click Activate. If the library has been created in Web Manuals by your organization, clicking on a revision will allow you to modify the library's contents. If the library is part of your subscription plan, this information will be automatically updated for you. And now I would like to show you how to create your own compliance library in Web Manuals. Click on Add Compliance Library. Fill in the necessary information and click on Save. And now we need to add a revision for our compliance library. Click on the compliance library's name and click on Add. Fill in the information and save. Click on the revision, and this will open up the Compliance Library Editor. In the Compliance Library Editor, this is where you can create and edit compliance libraries within Web Manuals. I will take you through the list of items of the editor. Number. This is the number of the requirements. Under Requirement, this is the content of the requirement. Guidance is the guidance material on how to achieve the successful implementation of the requirement. Description is the description of the requirement. And source is the source publication of the requirement. Source date. This is the date of the latest publication for the requirement. Valid from and valid to. These are the dates within which the requirements are valid. The delta sign, if checked, indicates that the requirement has been changed. If unchecked, it indicates that the change is editorial, which means that the connections will not be marked as outdated, and the requirements will not be listed in the amendments dialog. By clicking on the Overflow menu, it is possible to add more requirements above and below, and delete the requirement. The drag and drop handle allows you to move the requirement. The requirements are color-coded according to their numbering. New empty rows can be added to the sheet by inserting the number of rows to be added in the input field at the bottom of the view and clicking on the plus icon next to it. Here under the Actions button, you can import requirements into your compliance library. In order to import new requirements, you need to download the template by clicking on Download Template. Simply fill it out, select the file by clicking on Excel File, and finally click on Import. The Import Requirements test will allow you to test the import of requirements into the compliance library and see what the final result of the import would look like. No changes will be saved during this import. And the export requirements, this will allow you to export the compliance library in an Excel format. And finally, remember to save any changes made in the compliance library editor. Thank you for watching and see you soon for more Web Manuals tutorials.